percent.
All this specific about but the one we that the nation of to West African to officiating down on it. The referee let a compare but what them they won't let it to the shop of the friend of acting as a friend of tournament. It's wrong. They need to do better. They should stop that. The bigger referee is dead. Why you are telling referee? Why they don't use a English referee? Why don't you use a referee? Because if you speak English, God, pretends. I mean, the man just good.
We all got together. We believe that this game, the ball is round, and every country has a spin posting the right out.
It's the goal of the individual dimension, so fellow and ex-convict involved in violent fraud.
That just shows the immaturity of our president. That's very immature. Making such a statement.
And on that basis, after being in jail for 7 years,
See, I mean, the father is such a statement. So, as it was, then when he's getting 6,000, when the team asked for subvention, he said no. So, some of us coming up with 5,000 national for the under 17, we're starting. That is Liberia business. That is not Mustafa Raji thing. That is Liberia saying.
I will not receive money from him. If you wanted to actually gain money, why not go to the owner of the national team and pay that money? As president of the Football Association, I will not accept such donation for an individual that I know was in jail.
When I go for it, don't waste your time. Don't stress yourself. We've been having 1,050 in budget for the past years. We didn't go for it. Because the bureaucracy to get $1,050, they have been very tight and then less than $1,000. When we pay every, you say we pay nothing less than 5,000. We pay the number of gifts, more than 7 gifts, we don't have a calculate. So it means they will be of no help. That's the reason why we don't say when I go for it. When I go for it, that's not even put the traditional thing. We got no us that support that football, you found FIFA, and the rest of them supporting them. This is a new game. It's a new game. They will not say, it's not a fun now. A family property is not a personal federation or the vice president or the rest of the other people. It's not a people. No, before me, they were president. After me, they were president. It's not disrespect. We've been having interaction with the government, we have interaction with the mission, UNESCO, and professionally. And it was not disrespect. Why were you run after less than $1,000 that will not help you? And in fact, you might not even get it. So to avoid everything, we stay where we pay, it's for the people you must go. Now, come on, the rest, they mean because of working relationship. So there's no bad law. But we are saying they are locked there. It's not fair enough for the tradition.
All this specific about but the one we need to get the nation of friend of the recognition to the West African to officiating down on it. The referee let a compare but what them they won't let it to the shop of the friend of acting as a friend of tournament. It's wrong. They need to do better. They should stop that. The bigger referee is dead. Why you are telling referee? Why they don't use a English referee? Why don't you use a political referee? Because if you speak English, God, pretends. I mean, the man just good.
We all got together. We believe that this game, the ball is round, and every country has a spin posting the right out.
It's the goal of the individual dimension, so fellow and ex-convict involved in violent fraud.
That just shows the immaturity of our president. That's very immature. Making such a statement.
And on that basis, after being in jail for 7 years,
see, I made to the fact that we need this money to as plus. Then when he's getting 6,000, when the team asked for subvention, he said no. So some of us coming up with 5,000 national for the under 17, we're starting. That is Liberia business. That is not Mustafa Raji thing. That is Liberia saying.
I will not receive money from him. If you want to actually gain money, why not go to the owner of the national team and pay that money? As president of the Football Association, I will not accept such donation for an individual Sports. It is the passion of life sports. It is the way to unite our culture in the midst of broken differences. Sports is the place of freedom in the mind and freedom in the soul. Join the culture of sports on Wednesday for a midweek sports presentation. A straight 1 hour conversation on sports development, promotion, and many other issues will be live. More details comes to life. More details, more analysis, more interactions, more commentaries every Saturday.
Well, folks in Radio Land, a pleasant way to welcome you to another midweek presentation of the program, The Culture of Sports, and it is only live on Kear Radio 95.9 with Sam Siapha Mulbah. Today is Wednesday, February 26, 2025, and topping our conversation today will be a spotlight on the Liberia National Olympic Committee with the election of Councillor Sylvester Rennie as president. Other issues we're going to be dipping into this morning on the culture of sports. The National First Division League will be analyzed and critically reviewed with the position of teams and players participating in the 2024-2025 league season. We'll also go to other issues to include the Liberia Keeper Federation seeking sponsorship from the Liberia Lottery Authority. We also place a spotlight on the Liberia national team preparation for matches in the World Cup qualifiers for 2026. These and many other developments. But let's take a batch of our theme song. When we come back, we set the pace for discussion with a spotlight on the Liberia National Olympic Committee. Let's get it right here. So this is how we take it down to get into our discussions for today. You know, it is good to be back on the radio. Let me say sorry to all of our followers on the program, the Culture of Sports, that usually tune in on the weekend to have the brief analysis, the in-depth information we provide concerning sports in Liberia every weekend. Could not do the weekend edition of the program due to some illness. If you listening to the voice, you hear some sound. My voice is not yet out. Uh, but again, it's a pleasure to be back on the radio for this midweek presentation and to lead the conversation of our sporting sector on this Wednesday. So if you're watching us live through our official Facebook page and you have not followed, please just give us a follow. Click the blue button on the app and you follow us on Facebook. And you're going to be informed, you're going to be notified of our presentations on different programs. Care Communications Network. So on Facebook, we are Care Network. Care Network is a single word. Care, Kear, network is Network, all together. And you'll see us there. You see our flyer, our banner as cover photo, and then you can follow us via Care Network on Facebook. So if you there in the diaspora or other places using YouTube as a means to follow us through this video, you can just go to YouTube, to your search engine on YouTube, search Kear Communications Network. KEAR Communications, COMMUNICATION, Care Communications Network. Yes, COMMUNICATIONS, Care Communications Network, NETWORK. You're going to get our official YouTube channel right before you subscribe, and then you're going to be notified of our basic programs. Again, welcome to it. This is midweek cultural sports, and this is where we talk the talk concerning our sporting sector, providing the basic information. Last week we were just discussing uh, our budget practices, and then some people were saying, "Oh, you you went through this discussion, and then you are actually raising the issues, but we have to keep talking." Yes, we have to keep talking. Other people hearing reported to me that if this king, if this particular thing that we flagged on the last edition of our program cannot be addressed, there is no future for Liberian sports. Yes. So we will keep doing it. We like your responses, we like your commendation, and this is what we sign up for. Care Communications Network is here to provide this platform so that we can talk the talk concerning our sporting sector on this program, the cultural sports. So today we're going to set a spotlight on the Liberia National Olympic Committee. So if you're a sport follower or if you're a sport pundit, you will know what the Liberia National Olympic Committee is. Yes, you will definitely know that. Once you following sport, you a sport enthusiast. The Liberia National Olympic Committee. No, let's start it like this. What is an Olympic Committee? Liberia has an Olympic Committee. I went to election quite recently, and there were we had a new leadership. We had a new leadership elected to serve the Olympic Committee. So this leadership is headed by a counselor, a learned counselor, and I thought to bring it out this morning because Olympic Committee, the Olympic Committee is very important. It's very, very important to us as a country, to sport pundits, to sports stakeholders, and to sport governance. The National Olympic Committee is very important. So, a National Olympic Committee is a governing body responsible for a country's participation in Olympic Games. It is recognized by International Olympic Committee and oversees the development of Olympic sports within the country. So, you know, there are times that you hear uh, Liberia is going to the Olympic, and Liberia has several athletes that are going to be taken to the Olympic, and then we have these people. We have people in a 100-meter run. We have people in the basketball edition. We have taekwondo athletes. We have a whole lot of sports. The Olympic is like a merge or like emergence of different sporting discipline for a period of time. So the last time the Olympic was in Paris with several sporting disciplines with thousands of athletes. Liberia went there. And then we had Siapha Mulbah, we had uh, a lot of them, Ebony Morris, we had a lot of them I can't record now. But what do I mean? I mean the country is as part of its sporting agenda, is a part of the International Olympic Committee. It's part of the formation, the organization of the International Olympics Committee. So, Liberia as a country have sporting disciplines, and then there is a time that these different sporting disciplines are put together in a particular area for the Olympic Games. Different sports. So, our own uh, sports governing body for the Olympic activities in Liberia is the Liberia National Olympic Committee. The Liberia National Olympic Committee is responsible for our own Olympic governance or our own Olympic organization activities. So they play a role in selecting and sending athletes and developing athletes for Olympic activities. The Olympic Committee, since they're working with the international uh, body or the International Olympic Committee, the National Olympic Committee of Liberia should work with the International Olympic Committee to organize or to select and get Liberia's representatives to the international or to the national to the different Olympic programs. They are a regulatory body, they are a monitoring body, and they have a whole lot and lots of function. Recently, this particular committee, the Liberia National Olympic Committee, went to an election, and then the president out there was veteran journalist Philip Brown. Yeah, Philip Brown had been the president for the Liberia National Olympic Committee, and then recently, I can say 2 Saturdays ago, they went to the election to their own General Assembly, and they elected a new code of officers. They elected new officials, the Liberia Olympic Committee, and the newly elected officials of the Liberia Olympic Committee are this team, this leadership is headed by Councillor Sylvester Rennie. Councillor Sylvester Rennie is the new president of the Liberia National Olympic Committee. He was elected at a local hotel in the city of Marshall. He was elected along with others to include uh, veteran veteran journalist Malcolm Joseph and other people. I'm trying to lay my hands on the listing of these officials. So he was elected alongside Malcolm Joseph as Vice President for Administration, Shiva Brown, Vice President for Women Affairs, and Baokova, Treasurer. So these are prominent names in the sporting sector. Councillor Sylvester Rennie, Mr. Malcolm Joseph, Emmett Tukpe, who is the Vice President for Technical Affairs, Madam Shiva Brown, Vice President for Women Affairs, and Boy Cover Treasurer. So this is the new leadership of the National Olympic Committee that took over from Mr. Philip Brown. Councillor Rennie lastly served the Liberia National Bar Association, and he has now gone back to active sport governance that I can see. It is an active sport governance, the role he has now. So he's going back to active sport governance, though he's a lawyer, but he's been some way, somehow involved with sports. People that have been around for a couple of years to say, oh, Councillor Rennie was a referee. He he played the game as a referee. And now seeing him being elected as president of the Liberia National Olympic Committee is a sign to say we have our hearts up. Sports stakeholders are congratulating him all over. Recent congratulations came from the Sports Writer Association, and this is what they wrote. SWA congratulates National New NOC, LNOC new leadership. The Sports Writer Association of Liberia has congratulated the newly inducted leadership of the Liberia National Olympic Committee. Recently, the National Olympic Committee of Liberia ushered in a new leadership team replacing Philibert Brown's administration. Those elected and inaugurated were Councillor Sylvester Rennie, President, Malcolm Joseph, Vice President for Administration, Ahmed Tukwe, Vice President for Technical Affairs, Madam Sheba Brown, Vice President for Women Affairs, and Boy Cover, Treasurer. In a statement, SWA hailed Mr. Philibert Brown for his long service and peaceful transition of power, signifying unity in the mother body of sport federations and associations. The release further indicated that the election of Councillor Rennie is as an experienced sport administrator and legal practitioner will be or will pave the way for further overseeing the sport activities of Liberia. The SWA release, however, called on Councillor Rennie to ensure the restoration of peace and unity in most of the federations and associations engulfed by internal conflict. SWA further encouraged the leadership to focus more on bolstering training programs, securing international partnerships, and ensuring that Liberian athletes receive the necessary support to excel in on the world stage. Congratulatory messages are coming. And the culture of sports on Kear Radio, which I represent, is using this medium now to congratulate Councillor Rennie on his election and his inauguration as president of the National Olympic Committee. Now, we all know and we all are aware, and I know that you also, Councillor Rennie, is aware or you are aware that our sporting sector is very challenged in terms of so many things. The sporting sector of Liberia is challenged, and we know it. The National Olympic Committee being the mother body for sport governance bodies, for federations, for sporting federations, sporting associations, the tax is heavy. The tax is heavy. You have to wake up to the workings of the National Olympic Committee because if there is no problem, there will not be changes in leadership. If there is no problem. So, for example, if Liberia as a country do not have problem in the administration of the government, of the governing process of Liberia, we will not go to election. We will have one president from time immemorial to this time. But because we believe that there are things that need to be done And it can only be done through the trial of another person in leadership. That's why we have elections. On a fair note, the sporting sector of Liberia has been challenged and it is heavily challenged in terms of finance, in terms of capacity, in terms of other support. It has been heavily challenged. So now, coming on, I would just like to rally on what the Sports Writers Association have written to you in their congratulatory message to you. Unity within federations that have internal conflicts should be on your decks to work. Your leadership should move into it. There are several sporting federations that are being recognized by government. We even see budgetary allocations because we see them in a budget under the Ministry of Youth and Sport, and they are inactive, very, very inactive. They are not into anything. They are sporting federations. Even though we say the allotment for these sporting federations in the national budget is low, but for the fact that they will be captured in national budget, it raises concern that we should know who the Ministry of Youth and Sport and the government of Liberia captured in the budget. Oh yes, we need to and we must. The time is now. Leading the governing body, the mother body of sporting federations, the Liberia National Olympic Committee now need to strengthen ties with the government of Liberia in recognizing sporting federations. Look, let's do it like this, man. If the Liberia National Olympic Committee does not recognize you as a sporting federation that is active, then it means that the government of Liberia should not. I will not call it. I will not call names now of federations that are active. Last week you heard me talking about the budget, and the budget is still the sporting. The Ministry of Youth and Sport component of the budget is still in my possession. I see the sporting federations that are being recognized in this budget, in our budget, and I know the ones that are not active. Oh, yes, but they've been recognized for the fact that their name will be mentioned in the budget. It's a sign of recognition. They are they are become dormant, inactive, not effective. According to statistics, we have over 30 federations recognized by the Ministry of Youth and Sport through the Sports Bureau. The National Olympic Committee have to go into that Sport Bureau now or very soon to know who are the heads of those federations, what are they doing. Some of them have never been active and they don't even have assemblies to do election and what have you. So you see one group of people just sitting somewhere, the day comes quietly, some people squander it, and then they say Inande, 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 Inande. Because Inande, they will just be. I am a sport writer. I am a sport writer. And I agree with just what the sports writers say, Sport Writer Association. They are our own governing body. And the leadership of the Sport Writer Association calling on you. They say there are huge challenges within sporting federations. Sometimes the leadership crisis within some of these sporting federation is affecting productivity and efficiency. They want us to look into it. So as an Olympic committee, you have the time now to look into those federations. Some of the federations are a lacquerhead in leadership. The president is fighting the vice president is fighting the secretary general, and they will not be initiating programs. They will not be initiating programs. And let me say congratulations to Mr. Philibert Brown and thanks for your service. For the fact that you will be with the National Olympic Committee and you have election turnover is a level of work done. Sometimes ago when the Liberia Basketball Association was in crisis and they were not going to competitions, they were not being recognized by FIBA. We had the Olympic Committee that said they were working behind the scene and working with the different parties of the dispute. One way or the other, the problem in the Basketball Association that is being resolved today came from the contributions made by Mr. Philibert Brown and his team. They all contributed to solving the problem. Today we have Liberia being recognized again by FIBA, which is a very good thing. The Olympic Committee was named on different committees of investigation. One I can remember is the investigation into the matter relating to resulting to Liberia disqualifier in the youth competition under the watch of Coach Keita as head of the under 17 team. Under 17, under 15, he was the head of our grassroots program back then. He used to carry the team. He was coaching. And we had a case that Liberia was disqualified for age cheating. According to Wafu, we had two of our players that are overaged. And the committee was to conduct an investigation. The investigation report didn't come up. We don't know who did what. But again, this is Liberia. So Councillor Rennie and your team, Madam Shiva Brown, Mr. Malcolm Joseph, Mr. Emmett Tupa, Boy Cover, Mr. Boy Cover. Congratulations. Welcome to your new role. We are looking on the way to see you as a leadership of the National Olympic Committee moving to the next direction for result. What do I mean? We notice that some of our sports or our athletes practicing certain discipline want to excel to go to the next stage, but there is no capacity building program for them. There is no way to interact and get the sport to the fullest. They need training opportunities. It falls within the purview of the National Olympic Committee. You need to engage with foreign and international partners to pave a way for some of these athletes. We do the we go to the All African Games. It's something like an African Olympic. We have Liberians going there, but the complaint of funding is a very serious thing. The last time Liberia went to the Paris Olympic, our one person I spoke with, Mr. Malcolm Joseph, when he was heading the delegation to Paris. He headed the delegation to Paris, and I spoke with him. He said there were no funds. Government had not remitted the funding to the team, and athletes from different places had to book their own flights to get to Paris. Accommodation was challenging. With all of these things, we believe you heard it, you saw it, and you came to power. We are looking to interact with you to know how these problems are intended to be solved. In the Olympic space of Liberia, it is a tax. Congratulations. Welcome to it. It is a work. It is a work. It is a work. Welcome to it. You have a task to work with the challenges within the sporting sector and coordinate Liberian sport. I want to wake up one day and see that Liberia have a good number of athletes at the next Olympic. I want to wake up one morning and hear that Liberia has a greater performance at the Olympic. Then the first name that will run to my mind would be Chancellor Sylvester Rennie. Why? Because Liberia, in terms of sports, for the last 2 decades, I do not hear or I do not see the progress that we need. Coming up now, we say it is a renaissance for Liberian sports. Are you the savior for Liberian sport? Are you going to do the needful? We are watching. Congratulations. This is just a congratulatory message. When you are called to do investigation, we want to get the investigative findings because you are a trusted institution. And we believe that the Liberia National Olympic Committee is clothed with the responsibility of monitoring sporting federations outside government. Government plays a role, and this role that the government plays in sports administration or sports governance will have to pass through you. We want to see an engagement between the Liberia National Olympic Committee and the government of Liberia. We want to see a dialogue between the leadership and the government and the ministry. And discussions we want to see should be we have this sporting discipline. And this sporting discipline is challenged. Can we do this? Can we do that? What could be the priority sports? the National Olympic Committee can come up and say, we will prioritize these sports. And for that reason, there should be attention paid to those sports. Look, we can do everything at the same time. In all fairness, if you take a heavy burden at once, a burden that can be divided, if you take it at once and place it on your head, going with it, mind you, you are going nowhere. But if you have a focused and a well articulated scope, you will get to it. And these are discussions, these are conversations we need. We need in the sports sector between the Ministry of Youth and Sport, the National Olympic Committee, and sporting associations and federations. This is what you are called to. There have been challenges all over the place, but we know that these challenges can be solved. So that's it. That's it. Again, congratulations. Folks in Radio Land, if you dare following us via Radio 95.9 is the frequency. This is Kear Radio, and the program you're listening to is the Culture of Sports with Siapha Mulbah right here this Wednesday morning, discussing issues within the Liberian sporting sector. That has been our first talking point, and we will now cross over. But before we cross over, we can open the phone lines. Zero. I'll have to take this break to come back and activate the phone lines. So don't go away. Keep listening. Let me go for this one right here.
And this is Amazing Kear Home Health Services. This is a home health agency. We send nurses and home health aides to patients' homes and take care of them, provide medical and non-medical services for them in their homes. So that's what we're doing. This is the office space where the high-end process is rendered.
Also the assisting admin at Amazing Care. I've been with this company since 2014 when we were making nothing. And we were literally in the basement of our apartment. This is how growth have brought us this far. 2-bedroom apartment, and we were literally using the basement and the garage space to carry on this business. And because of growth, we moved here on 2019, and we've been here since 2019 doing this. And God has been so faithful along the way, and we're still going strong. You can see this is the office of Amazing Care. We want to welcome the Care Network in here.
Welcome back. That is Amazing Care Home Health Services in the United States of America. Amazing Care is doing a great job in the US, and they are proud to be associated with the cultural sports this morning. So you can contact them in the US to take care of your home health services, your home health programs, and they have a very strong and big working team that can provide all your needs in such areas. So I thought to open the phone lines, but I can't do it right now. Let's go to this talking points. You know, the Liberia National First Division League has played round 19 for 2023, 2024, 2025. The National League have played round 19. Yes. And the teams are doing what they can do, but it is not easy. Football is so as a winger would say, it's a game of passion. Yeah, football is a game of passion. On a serious note, football is a game of passion. Yes. So the National First Division League is on. It is hitting every day. One of the biggest things that happened recently was the table leader losing to Watanga. So in the first division league, we have the top three and we have the bottom three now. But the bottom three is not consistent. Yeah, we notice a fluctuation in the teams from the bottom. Today you see this team there, tomorrow you see another team there. But the gap at the bottom will not be consistent until we can get to the end because the points difference in the bottom are not wide. So if you're part of the last, let's say from if you're part of the last four teams from the bottom of the table, you'll notice winning will keep you up, losing will bring you down, and that's just it. So the National First Division League, the table is currently on the on the control of FC Fasel Football Club. You know, FC Fasel Football Club are not been around, but they just got back to National League after their CEO purchased Muscat FC and changed the name to FC Fasel. So FC Fasel is on top of the table, and they've been there for a very long time. FC Fasel is on top of the table with 38 points from 19 games. 38 points from 19 games. So FC Fasel got 38 points from 19 games, and they are on top of the table, but not far away. They are just 3 points above Discovery Sports Academy. Discoveries are the second on the table with with 35 points, 3 points below FC Fasel. And the next is Heaven 11 with 32 points. And that is 2 points, 3 points below Discoveries and 8 points below FC Fasel. So the third team from the top is Heaven 11, 32 points. Next is Peaceville FC, the FA Cup winner for last season, and they have 30 points. There, next we have Global Pharma. Global Pharma is with 29 points. We have LPR's, no, Watanga FC. Watanga is seated 6 with 27 points. Watanga is seated 6 with 27 points. Remember, they are the reigning champion. They are the current champion of the National First Division League, and they have 29 points, 27 points, I mean. And then next is LPRC Oilers with 26 points. Beer Mountain FC with 25 points. Beer Mountain 25 points. LPRC 26 points. And then Blackman Warrior is 24 points. Blackman Warrior 24 points. Leska is 22 points. Leska is one team that is not far from the relegation zone. Leska is one team that is not far from the relegation zone. They are seated just 10th place with 22 points. Thereafter, we have Shatter. Shatter were in the relegation zone, but they got 19 points now and a game in hand against Freeport. So they got one game on hand, but they have 19 points for now. And then after Shatter, we have Mighty Barrow. Mighty Barrow is 19 points. They are in the relegation zone, 19 points. And they have just 1 point above the rest of the two teams in the relegation zone. That is Freeport FC 18 points and then Invincible 11 18 points. That's it for the National First Division League. Which team are you supporting? What's the performance rate of your team? What do you know about your team? That's some of the information we have to provide you here on the culture of sports this morning, this Wednesday morning. And that's it. Still in football, we have the Liberia national team that is expected to play two of her World Cup qualifier matches in next month. Today is the 26th. We have 2 more days to end this month, and the 2 days are Thursday and Friday. When we come here on Saturday, it's going to be March 1, Saturday. So the month will be in on Friday. So the 17th of March, the Lone Star of Liberia will play Tunisia. Yes, the 17th of March. the Lone Star of Liberia will play Tunisia. Thereafter, we'll take on Sao Tome and Principe. Yes. So Lone Star got two matches in the month of March. One is against Sao Tome and Principe, and the first one is against Tunisia. March 17, Liberia versus Tunisia. And then the next match will be Liberia versus Sao Tome and Principe. These are two crucial matches. You know that, right? These are two crucial matches. And Liberia is seated third in Group H of the World Cup qualifier. And the World Cup is next year. Oh yes, the World Cup is next year, and Liberia will have to do what they can do in these qualifiers. March 17 against Tunisia at home, and March 24 against Sao Tome and Principe at home. Liberia is the third team in Group H. Remember, Liberia played Malawi at the SKD on November 17. November 17, 2023, Liberia played Malawi at SKD. And that match ended 1-0 against Liberia. So Liberia lost to Malawi on November 17, 2023 at the SKD. Thereafter, November 20, Liberia lost to Equatorial Guinea at the same SKD 1-0. But there was a turn in the result because it was reported that Equatorial Guinea feeded a player that was ineligible. So the points were reverted and given to Liberia. Thereafter, on June 5, 2024, Lone Star played away and drew with Namibia. Lone Star drew with Namibia. And thereafter, June 9, Lone Star played and won Sao Tome and Principe. So the Lone Star is seated third in Group H of the World Cup qualifiers. Other teams in the group are Tunisia, 10 points above, Namibia, 8 points second, Liberia is 7 points third, Malawi, 6 points fourth, Equatorial Guinea is 3 points bottom. Who do you expect to see in training? The Liberia national team, according to sources at the Liberia Football Association, is expected to start training. The only reason why the team has not started training is because the coach has not submitted his plan. And I know the coach is working on it. Coach Thomas Kojo, according to the Ministry of Youth and Sport, is still in charge of the Liberia national team, while there is a search to have a permanent coach, but he's a stand-in coach for the national team. He's hopeful that he can get the job, but others are being vetted currently, according to media reports. So, who do you want to see in the Lone Star squad for the matches against Tunisia and Sao Tome and Principe, March 17 and March 24? 0770-573-477, 0881-871-670 are the numbers to call. 0770-573-477, 0881-871-670 are the numbers to call. If you are the one to join the team of the Liberian national team or to invite players for training, for the upcoming double matches between Liberia and Tunisia versus Liberia versus Sao Tome and Principe. Who are those players that you want to see? The coach might be calling players beginning this weekend or early next week because March 17 will be just less than 3 weeks away. Saturday will start to count March and we will have 17 days for the match. Who are those players that you want to see in the squad when Coach Thomas Kojo ready to recruit or ready to call the players? Who do you want to see representing the Lone Star? 0770573477, 0770573477 are the numbers to call and you can have your input on the program. Let's get this first caller. Hello, caller, your name and where you call from? Yes, hello, caller, your name and where you call from? Yes, hello, caller, you are live. Yes, hello, you are live. Your name and where you call from?
I guess I'm live.
Yes, you are live. Tell us your name and where you call from.
Okay, my name is Sebi and I'm calling from the Bedroom 21st Street Tinko, SB Euro.
Samuel, let's hear you.
Yeah, I want to see William Jebo and now St. Joseph in Ashka because they are the two guys that have been doing extremely well.
You want to see William Jebo?
Ashley Williams.
You want to see William Jebo, Ashley Williams, and Sam Johnson in the squad?
Sam Johnson, yes.
Do you think we're going to get a result that we need from these players that you name it?
Yeah, I believe William Jebo.
So we lost him right there. You can call us on 0770 0770-573-477, 0770-573-477, 0881-871-670, and we're gonna have you live. Tell us who are those that you anticipate seeing in the lineup. You know, we can do these things to have the necessary suggestions being made, and I believe that you have a say. Yes, I know you have a say. These matches, we will have over 20 we'll have over 20 players being invited for these two matches. Who do you want to see? Who's that player that you know that when they are in the squad against Tunisia, mind you, Tunisia is the favorite of this zone. Who do you want to see the Liberia national team feature against Tunisia? Who are the players? Both local based, foreign based. Call us and tell us 0770-573-477, 0770-573-477, 0881-871-670, 0881-871-670. Someone said they want to see William Jabo, Sam Johnson, and Ashley Williams in the squad. Let's hear this person. Okay, Samuel. When last did you hear from these players that you're calling? Okay, thank you very much, and keep listening to the program, The Culture of Sports. Yes, so you listen to him. He made his point. He said he believed that William Jebo, Sam Johnson, Tony Tisdale, Ashley Williams will be of impact. I'm not saying they have not been featured before, but all of these players have played for the national team. Who do you want to see in the national team make your own contribution? Who are those players? Next week, the coach of the standing coach of the national team is expected to submit his plan for the two matches. Uh, According to insiders from the football house and that of the Ministry of Youth and Sport, the budget has reached to the Ministry of Youth and Sport for the matches, and these matches are to be attended to financially by the government very soon. The government already made it clear that they will only be sponsoring or supporting the senior men's national team and the women's national team. So this is part of their own business. So as a Liberian, as an ordinary citizen, as a follower and lover of the Lone Star, who do you want to see in the squad for Lone Star in the upcoming World Cup qualifier matches against Tunisia and Sao Tome and Principe? 0770-573-477, 0770-573-477 are the numbers to call, and you can make your contribution. 0881-871-670, 0881-871-670. Those are the two numbers you can call to interact with us on the program. You can also make other points on the other talking points that we had discussing the Liberia National Olympic Committee, and tell us the stand of your team in the National First Division League as well. Tell us the stand of your team in the National First Division League. Do you think FC Fasel at the top of the table with 3 points over Discovery and 5 points over Heaven 11 will win the league? We got 9 more matches. Is it nine? Seven more matches in the league, because the league has a total of 26 matches. We got 7 more matches in the National First Division League. Who do you think is capable of carrying the league? Let's hear you. 0770-573-477, 0770-573-477. So in this group where Liberia is, the team with the highest points so far is Tunisia. Tunisia has 10 points. Tunisia has 10 points. And Tunisia will be playing Liberia on March 17th. Do you think Liberia can win Tunisia on March 17th and go up to 10 points? Do you think it is possible? If yes, who are the players that you think Liberia will have to use to defeat Tunisia and go up to 10 points while waiting to play Equatorial Guinea? Not Equatorial Guinea, but Sao Tome and Principe. This will all have to do with the chances of Liberia in the World Cup qualifiers. Mind you, Liberia has never been to the World Cup. Do you see a change in dynamics? Do you see players that can execute this task? Call us on 0770-573-477, 0881-871-670, and let's hear you. The stance of the national team. These are two crucial matches. These are two crucial matches. And these matches will determine Liberia's state in the 2026 World Cup. Is this a time for Liberia to make an appearance at the World Cup? Is it still soon? Is it still soon? And do you think that this time could be Liberia's time to represent or to be present at the World Cup? So March 17 is the start of this tax, and March 24 will be another day for the two matches at home. So this is Liberia's business. This is nobody's business. If we go there, we will have to see what happens there. But Liberia as a country have not tasted a World Cup appearance despite producing the world best, African best, and European best. So it has been a very nice time this morning having a full conversation with you on the program, The Culture of Sports. I'm giving you an open invitation to join this platform on Saturday, where we're going to have a full 1 hour presentation of sports, citing and discussing relevant issues related to the growth and development of Liberian sports. So, before I take leave of you this morning, let me squeeze in this person. Hello, caller, your name and where you call from? How possible is it? And you have just less than 3 weeks to the match, and the Antoinette Tournament Stadium is currently under construction, under renovation. Thank you very much for participating on the program, The Culture of Sports. Thank you very much. And that's all the time we have to be here on The Culture of Sports. The invitation is yours to join us next Saturday. Up next is the news on Kear Radio. My name has been Siapha Mulbah on this edition of our premier sports program. And I urge you to join us on Saturday, where we're going to have another full presentation discussing the country's sporting sector. Don't go away. Keep listening to Kear Radio and make Kear Radio your own. Do have yourself a wonderful, wonderful afternoon.